Welcome back to Good Morning Colorado. Warm yesterday, a little cooler today. We have that nice sunrise. This is a live look right now from Kim. But it's possible we could see some changes later on in the week. And you know what? Possible, I mean, we're definitely going to be seeing some changes and some spring showers potentially. Let's toss things over to Storm Sugar 13's Marty V. Good morning, Marty.
And good morning, Kirjan, and good morning, everybody. The first part of those changes will be in the form of a shallow layer of colder air, which is just to our north and east this morning. Ahead of it, we've had some pockets of wind that have resulted in our temperatures both being warmer than they were yesterday and quite varied. Anywhere from 51 at the Colorado Springs Airport right now to 31 degrees at the Pueblo Airport. Denver's in the mid-50s. Alamosa's only 18, so we're kind of all over the place with regard to temperature. What won't be all over the place is the wind. As we head into the afternoon hours, everybody's going to have to deal with some of it. And sustained wind speeds of 10 to 20 miles an hour look to be a pretty good bet. There will likely be pockets where we have wind gusts that are over 30 miles an hour. They show up in the green that you see. Notice kind of a little chute of wind coming down the Arkansas River today. It's one of the reasons for the fire weather warnings for both Fremont and Pueblo counties. And then up into northeastern Colorado, that's the surge of colder air that will work into the area late in the day. We don't expect a ton of cloud cover, though. We have a mostly sunny sky this morning. As we move into the afternoon, partly cloudy. There's no precipitation on the map anywhere across the state, so the front that's coming in is a dry front. But behind it, the air is definitely cooler, with highs probably in the 50s in much of northeastern Colorado, while we'll be in the 70s along and south of the Arkansas River. Leadville today should be in the upper 40s. We have a mixture of 50s over the southern valleys this afternoon. I want to give you a visual on what this is likely going to look like around Colorado Springs. And we've started out the day pretty mild. We'll be in the 60s through about 2 o'clock. And then 3 or 4, we'll start to see these temperatures start to come down. So I do think later on this afternoon into this evening, it won't be horrifically cold. But I think you'll notice that it doesn't feel quite as nice as it did a little earlier today, and you'll be right as we drop into the 50s and do that kind of quickly. But before that happens, I do think most of us around the Pikes Peak region, at least at lower elevations, will be around or into the 60s today. Warmest as you head south, be in the upper 60s in Fountain and Hanover. We shouldn't have a lot of change with regard to temperatures today when compared to yesterday around Teller County. Mid to upper 50s should do it. I don't think that cooler air will really make it your way until tonight. Looking for low to mid-70s along the Arkansas River this afternoon, probably near 70. Even for places like Wetmore, Beulah, Rye, and Colorado City, we'll look for 60s over the Wet Mountain Valley. But again, quite a bit of wind here. Wind gusts over 30 miles an hour, pretty common this afternoon, so maybe not quite as nice of a day as compared to yesterday. As the front comes in tonight, FUTURECAST tried to show a few sprinkles or flurries over the mountains west of Denver. There's not a lot of moisture with this front. Typically, when a front like this would come in, we would think about having some low clouds around. FUTURECAST isn't suggesting that. Maybe a couple of pockets here and there, but we shouldn't have a lot of that, we don't think, overnight tonight. We'll be colder, though. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, we're looking for 20s and lower 30s in much of eastern Colorado, probably teens and 20s up across the mountains and mountain valleys. Highway 115 in Turkey Creek looking mostly clear right now. We'll continue with increasing wind here over the next couple of days, colder air certainly, and then chances for precipitation. And we'll talk about that in our extended forecast coming up soon. Stick around. We'll be back right after the break.